What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video, and they done did it to us, guys. They gave us Kingdom Hearts, gave us a little bit of a break with the Fasalis banner, even though it was still really good, and they're dumping NV Terra onto us. And guys, let me tell you, this banner is deceptively strong because it's bringing a lot of new mechanics into the game. And I'm sorry about this video being a little late. I had a ton of stuff to do today, and a lot of it had to do with WoW. So yeah, you can hate on me if you want to, but I built that Lottie up. We're going to be getting that Lottie video out to you guys soon, and thank you guys so much. We did end up winning the vote off, so I'm going to thank you guys for that, but I'm going to try to make this very nice, very short, very sweet, but go over the units and give them their time, but the banner review is going to do it better anyway. So what we have here is we have NV Terra, which is going to be an insanely strong damage dealing evoke fire LB user. I mean, she's going to do insane damage, even more than Sora, and then she also provides a new mechanic, which we'll talk about, a brand new mechanic to the game. Then we have Assassin Shadow, who is also going to be pretty good, not in the damage category, more of like an evade. He has like 70% evade, provoke tank, you know, that also is going to bring a new mechanic into the game, which we'll talk about, and then also be able to like up your katana breaking abilities on the break gauge, kind of like Riku does for the sword, and, you know, Furion and all these different people do. So that's what Assassin Shadow is going to be able to do. So he's a very, very strong support, somewhat damage, can do somewhat damage on his NVA. We have Archmage Kefka, which sadly I'm just going to overlook completely, guys. I'm sorry, he doesn't have the damage output to really be worrying about too much, unless you really love Kefka, which I know a lot of people do, but they probably have a stronger one out there. And then we have Relm, who is also going to be kind of a more of a support unit that brings one of those new mechanics into the match. So, into the game, excuse me. So going on down, we do have Terra, and she transforms into Trans Terra, which is very cool in the NV. I give that pluses for sure. She is going to be an Evo Mag damage dealer, which means that you're going to be basing that off of Evo magic, evoke gauge, and all that good stuff. That's how she's going to do her LB, but it's all going to be based on her magic stat, along with those Evo magic stats that you guys can end up getting. And that's what makes her Esper Enhancer boost evocation damage sword so important on her. You want to dual wield with her when you're doing your LB on her Brave Shift side to get the most damage out of her. So if you end up getting two, make sure you get both STMRs. That's very important, kind of like Sora. If you want to make your Terra super strong, you're going to go with this right here. Looking at her TMR, and this is only going to be for her because she's the only one that really, I mean, you can look, it's got really strong stats for a sword, but she's the only one going to be really taking advantage of the evocation damage. And again, when we go over her in a banner review or rotation review, I'll get into more detail on how Evo magic damage works, because it's a little bit different than any other damage we have in the game, so that's going to be important. But that's not the new meta stuff we're talking about, guys. A Tiny Little Hope boosts magic by 60% in evocation damage. Again, that's really going to apply to her, and there are a lot of STMRs and TMRs running around from past units that will help you build up Terra if you can. The Vision card, again, going to be exclusively for her. But now, I've bolted through that as fast as possible because I want to touch on what she can do that's different with the game. With the introduction of Terra, and Terra is the only unit that can do this, when she summons an Esper, excuse me, she will change the area that you're fighting in. If she summons Ifrit, if she summons Ramu, if she summons Shiva, she will change the area around FFBE, the background, and it will cause that element, magic damage-wise, to do a % more of that element. So, for example, you summon, you summon Ifrit, you're going to do more fire magic damage. It's going to add a % on top of your other fire damage that you would be doing. You know how you have, like, I boost fire magic damage for the whole team. Well, this is also going to add to that, but it has to be magic damage. It will not be, you know, the good old-fashioned, like, just physical damage. Cannot take a part of this, sadly. And she can change this arena, and it's going to be very important because that arena, or the battlefield that you're fighting on, it's going to start becoming a thing. Like, the enemy is going to start casting battlefields, and there can only be one battlefield or area on at a time, and Terra can combat that by summoning Espers and doing it on her own. Another cool thing that Terra does is in her normal form, when she casts her LB, like her non-Brave Shifted form, she puts an area out that increases LB damage. Now, in most situations, that's not going to be as strong as her other one because it just adds more damage overall, but that is something you're going to be able to do with Terra. So she's going to be insanely powerful as a magic fire damage dealer. She will be tied to fire with her evoke LB damage fire, you know, gauge that she's going to be doing with, but she also provides other support for the rest of your chaining family team with that, you know, that whole arena battlefield thing. It's going to be a very cool mechanic for you guys to mess with, and it's going to be fun to mess around with. Now, look at this. They did incredible with Shadow. Like, this this looks like, this is what a Brave Shift unlocked it means. So for all the FF6 fans out there, you got to be loving the way he looks. And Shadow turns into an extremely powerful unit as a support. Like I talked about, he is bringing a new mechanic. So not only does he bring the 100% break gauge for katanas up, like Riku does for swords, he is going to bring up you actually do more damage if you have a katana on by 15%. Now, if you're dual wielding with this new mechanic and you don't have 2 katanas on, it will half the amount that he buffs up that you do damage-wise. But this is a whole new mechanic to FFBE, along with that whole battleground or battle stage mechanic arena that Terra is going to be bringing, where she transforms that. This is going to be where you actually enhance damage done by weapons to the enemy to be outputting even more damage, and our boy Shadow has that. He can also break. He has some evasion tied into his kit. He's very, very cool. 100% provoke on one of his abilities, and he can output a little bit of damage. He's not going to be doing the most, but he's going to be a very, very strong unit in that way. So I hope I described him well enough. Katana users out there are going to love him, and again, with the new mechanic, if you have a katana and a greatsword, it's going to have the effect of what Shadow can apply to the enemy. He also enhances accuracy on himself and decreases accuracy on the boss. So that was a whole other thing, again, we talked about with Onion Knight. Remember NV Onion Knight? I think our boy Shadow here has a little bit of that in his kit as well. Moving on down, I'm not going to talk about Kefka too much. I don't particularly, I mean, it looks very, very different, but I don't particularly like it too much. I guess maybe for his Envy version, we'll see him go to God Kefka or whatever. But he just doesn't get the power punch that we really need him to get to make him, you know, the magic damage dealer. I'm not saying he can't output damage, but it's going to be around the old Cloud NVAs. You know, those NVAs that really didn't push the NVA envelope like Lastwell did, or, you know, all the other ones that we really, really enjoy, like Shadow. But Shadow's not really pushing it for damage, but for support. And Kefka doesn't provide the support that you're really looking for anyway. Moving on down, we do have another new unit in Relm, and she looks so good. I think this is a very good looking unit. Let's look at the STMR. Angel Brush, attack 124, magic 158, and insane for a hybrid rod. Activate Pencil Sketch, boost attack and magic about 20%, and LB fill rate. An insane STMR, if you ask me. Very, very good if you end up getting her. Maybe you end up popping this bad boy off. And again, it's going to be mostly better for hybrids that can use rods, but that's something we have to talk about. Relm will have an ability that will allow her to increase the damage you do when using rod. As you can see here, boost attack and magic for all allies, reduce resistance to rods for all enemies, and enable triple sketch for 3 turns, obviously, or triple cast. So what she does is all of your people using rods, which again, mostly going to be mages, you know, for the most part, they will do more damage if they have a rod on. And if it's 1 rod, you're going to get 100% of the damage increase. If it's 2 rods, 100% of the damage. If it's a rod and something else, that's when it's going to half it, just like it was doing with the katana with Shadow. So overall, this banner brings 2 new changes to FFBE, and they don't even explain it well here. I actually think this is terrible on the part of Gumi, because hopefully you guys watch it or at least spread the news. This banner isn't just, hey, but she's an amazing damage dealer, but it's not like, hey, here's a damage dealer, some upped characters and cool, see you later, you know, kiss your ass on the door, don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. No, this is big news, and we'll go through the news here, but me looking at it earlier, I didn't see them really specify how big this change is, because it changes the way you're going to play FFBE from here on out. It's very important. This unit is very, very strong, and if you love Terra, good God, you're going to love this banner. Moving on, we do have another King Mog event. We're going to get Strago here, and Cooley, my friend, loves Strago, so he's definitely going to be coming in here and grabbing this bad boy right here. Strago's Cloak, activate old Maji's Wisdom, fill LB gauge every single turn, and boost equipment and magic when single-wielding weapon is equipped in both hands. You can literally get some true double-hand magic with a Magic 48 accessory for free from this event. You have to farm this. Look down here. Boost magic by 30% and boost equipment magic when a single weapon is equipped in both hands. Get this guy out of here. I know we're farming Kingdom Hearts. We've been farming energy pots for weeks. I feel like we don't have any left. Make sure you get Strago. Make sure you get his TMR and STMR, because they can really help you out here. Moving on down, as far as these different accessories and abilities go, I don't really see anything too powerful that you really want to get your hands on too much. You know, that's kind of like, this is kind of where it misses, but where it really hits is in this unit here and his TMR and STMR, which I think everybody wants to get their hands on. Moving on down, you can see what you can really get buffed up from as far as bonus. You can see you get 300% from the NVAs and the NV as always, and it kind of breaks down here where you can use a lot of your other favorite units, but Not, oh my god, bro, look at this, dude, look at this. But not to the same effect as you could with the other ones. Here you're going to be able to take a look at NV Terra, as usual. And now we're going to talk about our Esper card. It's going to boost magic by 100% if you level to 10. It's going to boost magic by 100% when equipped with a sword, and then boost 20% and boost evocation damage for FF6 units. You're obviously going to be using it on Terra. I'm not saying that 100% magic with 100 mag right here isn't good on your magic damage dealer. You're never really going to be able to take a part of this, in my opinion, unless, like, I mean, I guess it's another 20%, but you're, like, this part right here, that's a Terra exclusive, unless they start releasing other units that will be using this, and actually to a good extent, because a lot of the time these units can do evocation damage. There's been a lot of them, so maybe NV Unit could do something like that if they ever release her, but most people just can't use it to the full effect like Terra can, and it's a very, very, it's an opening shot here, FF6, very, very classic there. We're getting Item World back, which is huge. There's a ton of stuff I want to go through here. We might have to take Lottie's weapon, and again, I don't want to spoil it for you, so you guys will have to see how I built her. We may be making changes later. If you need to go through the Cave of Crystals, get in here. I haven't really enhanced a lot of units, though, because the way they've been doing it in Global now is they've been giving the units the enhancements when they turn them NVA for free, which is kind of insane to me. We're getting Scorn of the Dragon. This guy right here, the White Dragon, we're going to have to break him. He's going to have a break gauge, but once you break him, you're just going to, like, one-shot him because he imperils himself by, like, 250 dark resist or something, light resist, and then you just literally one-shot him with, you know, Ibarra, Tifa, excuse me, Sora, and then, you know, if you get Terra, dude, just blah, blah, just take him out. Maybe a little bit not Terra because of the, you know, 250% dark. You know, it's not fire and light. That's not fire. But the true Masamune is, Murasame, excuse me. Why did I say Masamune? The true Murasame is going to be attack 173, magic 34. But the big thing is you're getting boost physical and magic damage against beasts and humans. So this is a weapon that has a high attack stat that gives you both killers. This is something you definitely want to get your hands on. And again, for a lot of people out there, as long as you can get that break gauge down within the first couple turns, you're not even gonna have to really worry about a tank at all. You're just gonna get in there and beat him up and one-shot him. And I think it goes for a lot of people. You could even bring like a friend, excuse me, Sora. There's a ton of them out there that could probably get the job done as long as you chain with them. So it should be pretty easy for a lot of you guys out there. Powerful Esper login bonuses: 10, 20. 30. So we're back to the normal stuff. We knew this would happen after the Sora stuff. And that's going to be it, guys. You know, Terra should be in here for the, yep. The unit Terra's in here as a throwback to the whole pity system there. And that's it, guys. It is a very exciting week, though. I thought we'd be having a week off. With Christmas coming up, I have no idea what to expect. I'm so low on Lapis. Like, but I have to have Terra. Like, Terra is the magic damage dealer to have, in my opinion, because she, first off, she changes the game, and she's going to be very cool to play with because of that. She'll make the game fun for a lot of people, because when she summons these Espers, she puts that new arena field down, and she's going to be a blocker for when monsters or enemies or trials try to do that to you. You can change it back with Terra. She's going to be a very pivotal unit. But I don't know if any other unit in the game has come out where they can change the area, and I'm assuming, or Battleground, I'm assuming that maybe, like I said, when Yuna comes out, she may do that. Let me know in the comments below if you play JP about that. But let me tell you another thing. If you are going to be summoning for Terra, click the link in the description below and use my Amazon coin link. You guys have been incredible with that support. I can't thank you enough for that and for voting in that Amazon thing. We took down War of the Visions, but hey, man, War of the Visions put up a good fight. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below how much you're using my Amazon coins link. I'm just joking. How excited you are for this stuff. Subscribe for future FFBE content, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.